Three keys to beating Texas for the Buckeyes. Number one, RPOs on first down gets them the best look. So take us through that and what we'll see here.
Well, two plays that are the same. You're going to see a flat screen. You're going to see the guard tackle pull, and you're going to see a guy in the flat. Now, this one, it's two running backs. So you got Junkins and Travion in the backfield. They get a look. They want man coverage, so they're running counter one way and then a flat screen. Then they do the same play. Now they're going to run counter up to the right, and now they're going to bring Smith. So it's the same play, but now they're going to bring Smith over in the flat. And what it does is it allows you to get into a good play. If he sees man coverage, which he did on these routes, you're obviously going to pull the ball and throw it to one of your talented guys. If you don't like the look or you get a light box, you can just hand the ball off on this counter, which they've run very, very well, especially these last 2 weeks. So I love this idea of getting into the best play on first down. Now, they also had a touchdown run because as you start to loosen up these defenses, you start to be able to create running lanes for these great backs. They're not like Michigan where they're going to run the ball against 8-man fronts and they don't care. That's not how they play. That's not how they're made. They have to do what they do, which has made them the best team, trying to get into this, be the second team to get into this playoff. They got to do what they do. This RPO on first down, take their top run play, attach it with a quick RPO, get it in the hands of these skill players if the defense doesn't honor it.
The other thing that we see with those plays, they're getting the balls in the hands of their playmaker and a lot of space with blocking out front. So, again, the offense has been good, defense has been good. So, number two, three keys to beating Texas for the Buckeyes. Press the edge in the run game. Tell us what we see here.
So here you can see Texas, really good. They're in an odd front. They like to cover the center. There's three down linemen. Now, the problem is when you run the C gap, you're going to see this little safety has to cover. He has to first cover C gap, which is inside the receiver right there. Then he has to stay in D gap outside. That's too much. So as the play starts, you can see how Texas has everything balled in, but the edge is very weak. Now the running back, the kid out of Arizona State, just has to beat the corner. Travion Henderson and Junkins can both beat the Texas corners one-on-one. So again, the ability, Texas likes to load that front. They like to cover the center, cover the guards in that odd tight front, but they are really susceptible on the edge because this is just a safety at 190 pounds trying to set the edge. And when you try to set the edge with the receiver, you can see how soft it becomes. So that term you hear, setting the edge, Texas does not do a great job of setting the edge. This plays into perfect. Ohio State doesn't run it real well vertically anyway. Get to the edge, which is the strength. So their strength is also the weakness of Texas's defense. So look for the Buckeyes to run counter, outside zone, jet sweeps. Look them to try to get to the edge against this softer edge of the Texas Longhorns.
And you mentioned Scatabo, and really the Buckeyes have a couple of guys in Henderson and Junkins that can do similar things to Scatabo, who kind of ate Texas's defense alive. Last one, in the three keys to beating Texas for Ohio State, get Ewers, that's Quinn Ewers, quarterback, off his spot. Take us through what we see.
You're going to see this throws an interception from Georgia. Well, I want you to watch his feet when the flame freezes. So it freezes, and right when it freezes, you're going to see him on his back foot. So now, as you can see, he takes that hit. And what ends up happening is that Quinn Ewers does not have elite arm talent. What he has is the ability to process. But if he doesn't step into his throws and transfer his weight, you see the ball comes out, and it doesn't have a ton of zip on it. Now, what the Buckeyes have to do with Quinn Ewers, if you watch the games they lost, especially against Georgia, you're going to see Georgia bring double inside pressure here. The Buckeyes have to create inside pressure with their defensive tackles. Why? Because that'll get Quinn Ewers to move his feet in the pocket. He's not an incredible athlete, and he doesn't improvise very well. He likes to be on rhythm, meaning 1, 2, 3 balls out, or read the RPO, get the ball out. He's not a guy who's going to hold it. He's not a guy who's super scrambling. He's a guy that you got to get off his spot, and you got to get him to a second read and get him out of his rhythm. If you do that, he becomes very fundamentally unsound, and the Buckeyes will have an opportunity for some interceptions like Georgia did in both of their losses this year.